YouTube doesn't care if people watch your videos anymore. They care if people enjoy them. And those are two completely different things. Now, that one shift alone is enough to change everything about how this platform works. But it's not the only one. 3 more things dropped at the same time. And together, they explain something that's driving creators insane right now. Why you can put out better content than somebody with a fraction of the experience, a fraction of the time behind a camera. And they still get more views. There's a reason for that. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what it is. Now, for years, the game was simple. Longer videos, more watch time, hit that 10-minute mark and everything's good. And that worked. But YouTube quietly changed the scoreboard and most creators are still playing by the old rules. Here's what I mean. There's a difference between going to a party and enjoying the party. You could show up, you can stand in the corner, you could be playing on your phone for hours, eat some food, and leave. You were there, you attended, but you didn't necessarily enjoy it. Now think about a person who shows up, talks to everybody, laughs, meets new people, eating all the food, taking pictures, complimenting the host, staying till the end. Same party. Only one of them had a really good time, and you don't need a survey to figure out which one it was. YouTube works the same way. They don't send out an email after they watched your video to see if they liked it. They watch what happens after. Did they just watch? Or did they like and comment and share? Did they subscribe? Did they add it to a playlist? Maybe they watched it again? And the biggest signal of them all, did they watch another one of your videos right after your video? That is satisfaction. It's not a feeling, it's a behavior. And I'm positive that you've felt this before. You've watched a whole entire video start to finish, and the second that it ended, you forgot the video existed. You didn't comment, you didn't click anything else, you just moved on. That's tolerance. Now think about the last creator who made you binge 2 or 3 or 4 videos in a row. That's satisfaction, and that's the difference that YouTube is measuring. Right now, most creators are creating content that the viewers just tolerate. Then they wonder why the algorithm isn't working for them. Maybe a 15-minute video where somebody watches the whole thing through, but they're checked out. They're playing it in the background. The volume is almost all the way down. They're watching it at 2x speed, scrolling on their phone. YouTube sees that. High watch time, 0 satisfaction. That's the person that comes to your party, stands in the corner awkwardly, and leaves after 45 minutes. Now, if you tighten up a video where somebody watches and comments and likes and clicks straight to the next video, that person had a great time. And YouTube says, I'm inviting more people to that creator's party. Now, I noticed this on my own channels a few months ago. I had 2 videos, similar topics, similar titles. One was 15 minutes. The other one was around 9 minutes, I believe. The 15-minute video had better watch time on paper. But the 9-minute video had 3 times the comments, double the likes, and people were clicking on another one of my videos at the end of that video. Guess which one YouTube pushed more? The shorter one. Because people didn't just watch it. They participated. They were active in the experience. They stayed in the building. One video that leads to 2 videos, leads to 3 or 4, that's a signal. So if you've been padding your videos with, filler just to have a longer run time, thinking that more watch time is going to move you in the right direction, you're hurting yourself. YouTube knows the difference between somebody who stayed and somebody who stayed and enjoyed staying, right? Tolerance is not satisfaction. So that's how YouTube measures you now. But it only really matters if YouTube gives your video a fair shot in the first place, right? Here's how YouTube tests you. Your subscriber count used to be your safety net. It's not anymore. YouTube used to reward established channels. Having a high subscriber count meant you had a head start. Your brand carried it. Your track record carried you. A mediocre video on a big channel still got a ton of push because YouTube trusted that creator, that channel. And most people are still convinced that's how it is today. Now, I hate to break it to you, but those days are over. YouTube rewards individual videos now. Every upload gets tested on its own. It doesn't matter if you have 2,000 subscribers or 2 million subscribers. Better videos win. Now, let me be clear about something because I don't want you to take this the wrong way. YouTube testing each video individually doesn't mean that your channel doesn't matter. It absolutely does. YouTube still needs to know who your content is for. You need to be consistent. If you have a channel that's scattered across 5 different niches and you're uploading whenever you feel like it, YouTube can't figure out who your videos should be for, who they should be shown to. So what I'm talking about here is that the individual videos get tested, but they get tested inside the context of a focused, clear channel that's consistent over time. That's the difference. Your subscriber count doesn't give you a giant head start like it used to anymore, but your clarity does. I'm personally living this right now myself. My channel that you're watching is less than a year old. 35 total videos on the channel as of shooting this one. 17 of those videos have surpassed 10,000 views. And I have 3 of them right now that are up over 100,000 views. This channel outperforms creators in my space that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, if not close to 1 million, not because of a hack. YouTube just doesn't care how big channels are anymore. It asks one question per video. Does this deserve to be recommended? When the answer is yes, my subscriber count is irrelevant. And think of it this way. Every single upload is like a job interview, and YouTube is that hiring manager. They don't care about your resume. They don't care about what you did last month, last year. All they care about is what's in front of them right now. And creators who think like that with that perspective are the ones that are eating really good right now. Creators who think that a subscriber count entitles them to views, they're the ones that are in my comments blaming the algorithm. By the way, I put everything that you need into my ultimate YouTube growth guide, which is a perfect companion for all of my videos here on this channel, and it's totally free. Over 7,000 people have downloaded in just the past few months alone, and I appreciate all the emails, the DMs. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the comments as well. So if you want to get your hands on the ultimate YouTube growth guide, I'll put a link in the description box below. Click, download it, do something with it, and enjoy. Now, if you built your strategy around growing your subscribers and then counting on those subscribers to carry all your uploads, that model is broken, unfortunately. Every video is an audition. There's no coasting. There's no safety net. You can look at big channels with millions of subscribers that are struggling to get like 5,000 views on their videos. So it's a very real thing. But if you flip it, if you're a smaller creator, if you've been grinding and you don't feel like you've gotten any traction, this might be the best news you've gotten in a while. YouTube is not deciding you don't deserve a shot because your subscriber count isn't at a certain threshold. It's deciding it based on each video. So stop saying that your channel's too small. Stop saying that, you're not good enough. You're not too small. You might not be good enough yet, but yet is the word that matters because that's fixable. So that's how YouTube measures you and how it tests you. Now, here's what you're really competing against. And this is hitting creators who don't even realize it. Now, I talked about this in my last video, but there's an angle here that nobody's connecting and it changes everything. YouTube is cracking down on AI slop content. Billions of views have been wiped from the platform. Channels have been taken down. The CEO of YouTube himself said it was his top priority for 2026. And that's the cleanup. Cool. But the real problem isn't the junk that YouTube is removing. It's what AI did to the baseline before YouTube stepped in. AI made it so that anybody can generate a decent script, a clean thumbnail, a title that checks all the boxes, and the floor went through the roof. Good editing, solid hooks, clean packaging. That used to separate people from the pack. Now it's just the surface level. Having great content is just the starting line. Now, I review scripts every single week from creators around the world, and I can tell within the first few sentences if a human wrote it or if they just typed in a prompt into one of the AI tools and hit copy and paste. There's no soul to it, no lived experience, no opinion that came from anywhere real. It reads kind of like a Wikipedia article with a super predictable hook just stapled to the front of it. And if I can tell, your audience definitely can tell, at least most of them. So what stands out when everybody else's baseline is a B+? The one thing that AI cannot do, your real perspective, your actual experience, your opinion that only exists because you did the work, you did the thing. The way you explain something that nobody else can because nobody else is you. And that's honestly why this channel's doing so well. While dozens of the fake experts are scripting their stuff in ChatGPT, sharing super surface level information with you guys that they've never actually done in their life, hoping you guys are dumb enough to pay for their ChatGPT driven communities. I give all the information away for free, no gatekeeping, based on my 15 years of actually doing it. So let me ask you something, and I want you to actually think about this. If somebody watched your video right now with the sound all the way off, and they're just reading the transcript along with the video, could they tell it was you? Or could it have been from any creator in your space? Because if the answer is, well, anybody could have said that, that's the problem. That's what AI already does. You have to be the thing that AI can't be. Every generic AI video uploaded to YouTube makes the real stuff stand out more, not less, more. When every hook sounds the same, when everything starts looking the same, the creator who shows up as an actual human with an actual point of view becomes impossible to ignore. Isn't that crazy? Being real isn't a nice to have. It's the only competitive advantage that we have left. And it only gets stronger the more noise hits the platform. So that's how YouTube measures you, how it tests you, and what you're competing against. Now here's what you're actually competing for. And this might matter more than all three combined. The viewers sitting on the other side of that screen right now are not the same people as they were 2 years ago. And if you're still making content for the old version of them, that's why it's not working. Think about how they're watching YouTube right now. You open up the app, a wall of thumbnails. In a fraction of a second, you're already deciding what you're going to watch, not based on the title, not the topic, a feeling. Something pulls you in or it doesn't. Something resonates or it pushes you away. And if it doesn't, you've already scrolled past it. That's what your audience does every single time they open the app. And it's what it does with your videos every single time. Shorts, TikToks, Reels, they've all trained every single one of us to make an instant decision about content, swipe away or stay. And that behavior bled into long form, unfortunately. You viewers are making decisions faster, they're less patient, They have more options than they've ever had before. They decide on whether a video is worth it in way less time, in just microseconds, really. That's why a video with incredible information could completely flop. The viewer never gets to the good part. They made a snap judgment in the first 8 seconds of a video on your energy, your clarity, how locked in they felt you were. They didn't even evaluate the actual content. They judged you. They evaluated you. And for most of you, those viewers are gone far before you ever had a chance to make your first point. Now, here's a fun test. Go and watch the first 10 to 15 seconds of your last upload right now. Pretend like you've never seen your face before. I know it's kind of weird, but do your best. Just pretend you have no reason to care. Would you keep watching after that first 10 or 15 seconds? Or would you scroll? That truthful answer tells you everything. And I'm not saying you need to be charismatic, scream in front of the camera, talk fast like I do just naturally. I'm not saying to be somebody you're not. I'm just saying you need to be locked in from second one. You need to go in with intention. The people choosing long form right now, and there are millions of them, it's bigger than it's ever been before, they're choosing long form on purpose. The standard of earning that choice just went through the roof. 4 shifts all happening at once, and they all point to the same thing: generic, forgettable content that gets punished. A real person with a real point of view that makes people glad that they clicked on their video, they get rewarded. Crazy concept, right? And all of these shifts apply to that. That's why it feels impossible right now. Not because you got any worse, because the game changed. And the new game is better for creators who are actually doing the work, even if it feels discouraging at the moment. So keep your head up, keep driving forward. If you guys want to take your channel to the next level, watch this video next. If you haven't yet, click that little subscribe button to join the channel family here. Let me know which of these has hit you the hardest. I read every comment and try to respond to everyone. Until next time, guys, I appreciate you watching.